In this episode, we speak with Brian Ingraham about the BEDE jet and how it's being utilized in the BEDE Family Foundation. And Mr. Jim BEDE gives an update on the kits he is supplying in 2025. All right, so out here at Sun and Fun 2025 at the BEDE tent, and there's a couple of things going on here. We'll get an update from Mr. BEDE himself on the kit manufacturing side of it, but there's a BEDE Family Foundation that is kind of leading the legacy for Mr. BEDE in the form of a jet. So Brian is here to talk to us about that. So what's the deal with this?
So back in 2015, when Jim BEDE Sr. passed away, we wanted to find some way to continue his legacy. So we established the BEDE Family Foundation. And the sole purpose of the foundation is to promote and support the next generation of pilots, the next generation of maintainers, aviation educators, and that sort of thing. So, and we take donations of just about anything: cash, real estate, and dogs. Anyway, so, and we use the proceeds, like I said, to support high schools, aviation programs in high schools, technical colleges, girls and women in aviation programs, and that sort of thing. Well, about 3 years ago, there's a gentleman named Don Wall who rebuilt this BD 5 jet that you see in the background here. And we've known Don for years and years and years. The airplane has been in our booth for quite some time at both Oshkosh and Sun and Fun. But Don was getting up in age, and he knew he would never fly the airplane again. So he came to us with a proposal to donate the aircraft and use it to help attract attention to and generate some of the excitement of the BEDE Family Foundation. Yeah, I really enjoy flying it. I take it around to Sun and Fun. It's at Oshkosh every year. We fly it in the showcase up at Oshkosh. We were going to fly it here, but it's a little troublesome to get the airplane out of the booth and then back in.
So just to verbally tell everybody where to find you online or to follow you. I'm sure maybe you post some of your travels to social media. How can they follow you?
So I've got a personal Facebook page, which is just Brian Ingram. We have the BEDE Family Foundation Facebook page, and we also have a website, which is thebedefamilyfoundation.com. So
perfect.
That's a good way to check us out.
It's a very, very unique aircraft. I remember when I was, 10 or 12 years old, the Blue Angels would come out to, I think it was Moroso Motorsports Park. They would host an air show, and they had, and you probably know which one. It was they coined it as like the fastest landing gear in the West, and they flew with the Blues a little bit.
Yeah.
Or the Thunderbird. Which one was that?
Well, it was probably Corky Fornoff and Bob Bishop in the Coors Silver Bullets.
Yes.
Coors Light Silver Bullet jet team. And yeah, they always did the now you see it, now you don't landing gear, because it retracts in about a half a second, it extends in about a half a second, and the first time people see that, they wonder what the heck just happened.
Well, again, very cool. Thanks for taking a minute to share this, and check him out online.
Great, thanks.
Coming up next, we speak with Jim BEDE about the current status of kits available for you to build. Dynon Avionics at Dynon.com, offering everything from state-of-the-art glass cockpit options to advanced control modules that power and control your entire aircraft. Gratia Aero Group at GratiaAero.com, proudly representing these best-in-class brands for experimental general aviation. Sherwings, BEDE Aviation, and MW Fly. KFA, Kitplanes for Africa, engineered for adventure and built for the bush is their motto, offering several STOL-kit aircraft options like the Expedition, Safari, Bush Baby, and Explorer. Find them online at kitplanesforafrica.co.za. Visit us online at experimentalaircraftchannel.com for all things DIY aviation. And consider supporting us on our Patreon page to help us bring you more original aviation content. So still here at the BEDE tent, I want to jump over talk to Jim, the man himself, who kind of carries this legacy of his father and the family of the BEDE Aerospace. I want to give you an update on what's going on with the kits, availability, and the different models you are offering. So welcome to the mic here. What is going on? What kits are you currently offering? And let's start with that.
Well, we offer 3 kits. We offer the BEDE 4C, we offer the BEDE 6, and we offer the BEDE 17. The 6 and the 17 are a single-place aircraft, and the BEDE 4 is a 4-place aircraft.
Okay, just to clarify for everybody, is this jet still available, or just some parts replacement if you currently own one? Has this been retired?
Well, it's kind of retired. We also have a foundation, the BEDE Family Foundation, which we donate money to different charities and so on. And we have pilot Brian Ingram who flies it around for us more for promotion.
Perfect. So let's explain a little bit how your kit goes together. It's a little bit, it's a lot of it unique compared to some of the other ones out there, and also the design. And let's talk about the design for a minute. The spar and the skins, I think, are the most unique thing about your construction process.
You're right. We use a tubular spar with honeycomb ribs that we bond onto the spar, and then we use Pro-Seal to bond the skin onto the ribs. So we have a very, very clean surface.
And then the subframe, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is literally bolt together. It's a mix of rivet and bolt, but you do a majority of it bolting it together.
You're correct. And something new that we've done, we had an issue with finding vendors because of the pandemic and etc. So we end up buying a brand new CNC machine and an 80-ton Amanda press, and now we're making our own parts in the house. And people that order the fuselage kit now for the BEDE 4C will get all the parts pre-cut and pre-drilled. And you could hypothetically Cleco a complete fuselage together in one evening.
Nice. Yeah, I stopped, I think it was probably 3 or 4 years now. You had a location, I think it was either Vero or somewhere on the East Coast. Where is all the manufacturing now taking place?
Well, right now we've kind of changed things around. All the manufacturing is done in our facility in Akron, Ohio, which is right by Cleveland. We still have the buildings in Fort Pierce, but unfortunately the fellow that ran it for us, who still works for us, decided to raise a family. Both their families were up here in Cleveland, so he wanted to move back up, and we didn't have any luck finding somebody to run the facility. We are also trying to get a different network where we have dealers and builder assist facilities. So we're hoping to get 3 or 4 dealers set up around the United States, along with, and we will ship all the complete kits from our facility in Akron.
And what are the lead times? I know things have changed we've kind of recovered from COVID and different things as far as on-demand parts, but what are we looking at now?
Well, we generally stock 10 kits at a time. The only delay would be right now is the fuselage, because we're not done putting all the pieces together because we had to wait for the new tooling to come. So I'm hoping when I get back here by Tuesday or Wednesday, we Cleco the whole fuselage together and everything fit. So it takes us about 45 minutes to cut all the pieces out of the aluminum. Yeah, so we're not going to be far behind, but I can't honestly say if you walked in tomorrow you could get a kit. It's probably a week and a half away, but everything else is in stock.
So if you wanted a legacy style and do everything yourself, you could probably get one right now. But if you wanted to wait and save yourself 1,000 hours, it'd be worth the wait.
This is going to be one improvement, because the fuselage in the old days could take 2 weeks to build. And it's also going to be a safety issue. It's going to go together exactly and stay square the way it needs to be.
And just to give people kind of a refresher on, I think one of the more popular ones is the BEDE 4. Let's start with that one. What are some of the performance specs on that? And then also run into what do you like to power it with?
Well, we recommend, and again, it's a like homing. We use either the IO360 or the IO390. We do have some BEDE 4s with Vikings in them. We do have some BEDE 4, one BEDE 4 with a Chevy engine in it, etc. With my aircraft, and the most important thing on the BEDE 4 is because we have an S-ply, they call it landing gear. And on the front of it, it's a square, and it creates a lot of drag. So you need to put wing fairings on and wheel pants. Ours does, and I have the IO360 in mine, and I cruise it around 190 miles per hour. And it's a large fuselage inside. The C version's almost 47 inches. So, yeah, we updated per what the customers asked for. They wanted more room. We're not getting any smaller.
So this wasn't designed around the 1970s, 165-pound. I'm not even a 165-pound
I
pilot.
want to meet those 4 people, yeah.
Right? That's what all the specs were based on back in the day. But it's like, yeah, did they exist even then?
Even though a BD4 back in the day was a 4-seat, I don't know what 2 people would be unlucky enough to be in the back seat longer than an hour. Yeah, now you have some room. Exactly.
Good. Well, good to hear that you're still investing into the legacy of the name and the brand and the product by doing these updates, making it easier for the builder to get into it and so forth. Do you guys have any type of maybe builders group or people want to follow them or you on progress of current construction?
Well, yes, there's the BD4 Facebook page, which is probably that keeps up the most currently. You can also go to our webpage, jimbede.com, and in there we'll post currently new things that are coming. One new thing I can tell you about, which not many people know, is we have now sold a second BD6 to NASA, who's converting it to electric aircraft. We just sent a kit to Langley 2 weeks ago. They're in conjunction with Georgia Tech. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out.
This is happening at Georgia Tech.
It's a combination between Georgia Tech and NASA. We sent this last kit to Langley's facility there, NASA's facility in Langley.
Is this like a DOD behind the scenes hush hush, or could I get access to that?
Well, shortly you can get access to it. But we've decided to start releasing information on it because Georgia Tech has been involved in it and people keep asking me, but now we can.
Well, if you know somebody there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right, Jim, I appreciate the update on what's going on here, and where can they get in touch with you again online? What's the official address or the number?
Well, it's jimbede.com.
Yeah.
They can go there. That's probably the best way.
Very good. Well, hopefully we won't melt too much here. This is the last day. Well, tomorrow's officially the last day, but things really start to wind down after today. It's been a really warm season here.
Yes, it has.
That's not fun, but it's been we had some weather at the beginning. So there hasn't been any weather events for us.
No, there hasn't. You're right. And I was here when that tornado hit.
That was like 2017, 2018. How long ago? That was a long time now.
Yeah, it was. It was a weird day. You smell a lot of jet fuel.
All right, Jim. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you to our patrons and our co-pilot status, Zach Newsom, Mike Babcock, Lynn Gardner, Gary Martin. And thank you for watching this episode. Consider subscribing and following along on our next adventure.